What's good, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy Akil McLeod back with another live video. And today I'm coming on here every Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And this is basically like office hours for me. I'm gonna be hopping on here every Thursday, staying consistent with it and making sure that I'm just here and available to answer any reseller or entrepreneur questions that you guys may have. And I usually hop on here. I usually stay on here for about an hour, sometimes a little longer, depending on how engaged everybody is in the chat. And I like to start off with just a couple questions that other people have sent in some of my previous videos. So of course, I'm going to start on there. We got a couple people waiting for Akil. We got a couple people that was in here. The biggest thing, I have some interviews coming up, and that last interview will just run a little longer, but definitely stay tuned for that. That's going to be a banger. Definitely very, very inspirational and very motivational for a lot of young Black entrepreneurs out there. So definitely stay tuned for that. But I'm going to wait until we have some more people in the chat. We got a few people in here right now. So thanks again for everybody joining in. Like I said, I'm here every Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And today I'm just going to jump into some questions that I got on one of my previous videos. Chat overdrive. Chat overdrive. Yeah, the chat is going to be building up really soon, but I did get some really good questions, and I wanted to start off with this one. One person asked me, how do you hide your sales? I have a basic eBay store. This was Monica on the video I just posted today talking about promoted listings. Now, when it comes to hiding your listings, it's very simple, very easy, and I might have to do a separate video to go into more detail and show it for you guys. So I might do that later on. But the whole concept of hiding your sales, I know a lot of people do it. A lot of large eBay stores do it, and some people might even ask, why do you want to hide your sales? Why would you even want to do that? But the whole purpose of hiding your sales is, especially if you're selling something, say you're selling chargers that's super popular and you're the only person that can sell it, but you don't want anybody else to sell it. So you don't want any, I guess, evidence out there showing that you're selling these items. For something like that, you would want to hide your specific sale just to protect your business, protect the stuff that you're selling. For me, I was originally hiding my sales, and it wasn't even with the intent to hide my sales, but it was with the intent to make listing easier. Because once you have your items, by hiding your sales, you need to, I guess it's include the out of stock option. And basically, when you're out of stock of a certain item, you can easily just relist that item or just change the quantity. And that makes it so much easier to list, especially if you're selling a lot of similar items. And I was doing that with just a couple items at first, where I wanted to make sure that if I was able to come across more of those items, I could easily just update the store. And shortly afterwards, I realized that my sales are actually being hidden. So I just kept doing that. And of course, once I started YouTube, I realized it was even better to just hide my sales, because you don't want everybody seeing everything that you're selling. So that I'll definitely do another video later on, just talking about a tutorial on how to do that. I might include that in another video later, but I just wanted to address that really quick. So let's see who we got in the chat. We got Deb Elliott in here. How you doing? Ravens for life. Here come the people. The people are here. Ashley Campbell in the building. What's going on? How you doing? My wife is in here. Shout out to her. Let's see. We do have some questions coming in already. That's what's up. Deb Elliott, have you switched over to managed payments? Where's the beautiful wifey? Oh, she's in the other room. She'll be here shortly. I'm pretty sure she'll pop up a little later on, but she's here. I didn't switch over to managed payments yet. I know eBay managed payments, everybody's going to have to shift over by the 15th. So of course, I set up everything that I needed to do on the back end. And I'm pretty sure once the 15th comes around, everybody's going to have to use eBay managed payments. Now, what that means for all of us as a whole, I mean, I'm pretty optimistic about it. I'm feeling good about it. I think I'm hoping that we don't necessarily have to pay any additional fees, very similar to that PayPal fee where it was 2.9% plus 30 cents per item. Hopefully we won't have to deal with that anymore, because I really just hated having to deal with PayPal and having to deal with eBay. I felt there were several times where I got the runaround from both companies. I would call eBay and they would tell me to call PayPal, and then vice versa. So I'm glad that it's all under one roof right now. And I know when managed payments was first coming out, I know it had a lot of glitches and they had to work on a lot of things. So a lot of the people that signed up like last year, they were basically guinea pigs, and they kind of helped us. They kind of helped eBay refine the system. So for us, we'll be better off. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. But like I said, I signed up for it, so I'm definitely just looking forward to it. Let's see. Hi, Akil. All your shipments are sent as a gift when you are reselling to hide the actual price of the item. Are you asking? Or no? Are your shipments? All your shipments are sent as a gift when you're reselling. I'm not really sure if that's a question or not. If you still in the chat, drop the question again so I can answer that for you. Let's see. How many days a week do you go to Ross and other stores? I try to hit up a store every day, at least one store every single day, because I have a lot of stores in my area, just like 3 to 4 like within like a 3 to 4 mile radius, just a few blocks away from me. I have a couple Rosses and a Burlington, so I'm basically hitting stores just about every day. For me, like I tell you guys all the time, it's all about being consistent and just really making sure that I'm constantly just up to date with what's going on, because when it comes to especially places like Ross, they restock so often, but it's so sporadic that you never really know the specific time. So sometimes I try to go early, sometimes I try to go late. Same thing with the thrift stores. You never know when they're actually going to restock. So I just try to get there at a decent time, and I try to go often. That way I can come across the best stuff. And that's just what worked best for me. Some people, they designate a certain day to go sourcing. And for me, I just prefer to go just about every single day. Let's see. Reselling is a game for kids 15 years old. Okay. Hey, baby girl, I hope you're staying well and safe. You got the fam in here. That's what's up. Let's see. Can you ship shoes through eBay using a Tyvek priority mailing envelope? I don't see any options when choosing shipment methods. I can only find the bubble mailer option. Okay, so that's a good question. The Tyvek priority mailing envelopes that you're talking about, those you have to weigh those. So you can just use a regular, I think that the title for that is just priority mail envelope, and it's not a flat rate. That's the big difference with those Tyvek envelopes. They're not flat rate. So you still have to weigh them, and based on the weight, that'll determine the price. But the good thing is it still ships priority. So you can use that, but it's not a flat rate. So there's no like consistent price range for using that envelope. And that's probably why you wasn't able to see it, because I don't think it's in that eBay drop down menu, but it's just the priority mail envelope. That's the one that you're talking about. Let's see. Have been on managed payments since the beginning and love it. Don't have to worry about transferring funds manually to my bank. See, that's what's up. There's other people out here that's using eBay managed payments, and they're enjoying it. And like I said, I'm feeling optimistic about it. I'm definitely positive about it. I know there's other people saying, they're just kind of negative. They're kind of apprehensive about using eBay managed payments because of all the glitches that was happening, a few months ago. And when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, no one wants, any issues with their money. I know for me, I have a business bank account, so it's separate from the personal. So I think that was something I also got a question about maybe a couple weeks ago. Somebody was asking me what they think is the best way to kind of go about being forced into eBay managed payments. And it's simply just to have 2 separate accounts. That way, God forbid something was to happen, you still have your personal account unscathed. But for me, I'm pretty sure they worked out all the kinks and they handled whatever needed to be handled. And like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I think by having just everything that happens on eBay, staying on eBay, I think that's a good thing. I don't think that's something to trip about, because PayPal is good. It's safe. It's secure. People believe in it, and people, trust PayPal. But at the same time, it's definitely been, to say the least, it hasn't been the smoothest process using PayPal. Sometimes PayPal will give you the runaround, like I said, and have you call PayPal and then call eBay just to get down to the root of a problem. So I'm just glad that we have one thing going on now. Let's see. How's the competition in your area? Do you notice other resellers on the grind? I usually only run into other resellers in like Ross, sometimes Burlington, definitely in the Nike outlets. I feel like in the Nike outlet, in my mind, everybody's a reseller at the Nike outlet. but I always come across a bunch of resellers in those type of places. In the thrift stores, sometimes I might see people with huge full carts, but at the same time, you know, you can't necessarily tell if somebody just found a really good deal or if they're a reseller. So, and the big thing too, when it comes to noticing competition in thrift stores, I don't thrift as often as I used to. So when I go out checking different stores on a daily basis, it's usually places like Ross and Burlington and the different outlets and Marshalls. So I don't necessarily come across a ton of competition. And honestly, I'm so focused once I go to some of these stores, I'm literally just trying to be in and out. So I wouldn't even recognize resellers if they were there, because some people are very low key with what they're doing and how they, you know, scan certain stuff or even check for comps. And for me, I know I'm checking comps on my phone. I'm bold with it. I never, you know, think to myself, oh, maybe somebody's looking at me. I'm checking the comps on the prices of shoes right on my phone, right while I'm in the store. And I try to stay no longer than 30 minutes. Any longer than that, I feel like I'm wasting my time and I got to go to another store unless I come across something crazy. But for me, I just try to be in and out. Let's see. I know you said you found your love and niche selling shoes, but have you considered selling hard goods? Yeah, I sell a bunch of hard goods now. I sell a lot of electronics. I would still say the inventory is probably like 80% shoes, 10% clothing, and 10% electronics. So I'm starting to sell a lot more hard goods, and it's just fun. Like I feel like since the thrift stores in my area are so expensive, I don't go as often as I used to. But instead of searching for clothing, I usually just try to search for the hard goods, some of the stuff that might not even bring in a ton of profit, but it's easy to ship and it'll sell really fast. I found myself picking up a lot of like video games lately. I found myself picking up a lot of digital cameras because I know those are really hot. Webcams are selling like crazy right now because, of course, so many people are on Zoom and doing podcasts and just at home now. So everybody is using webcams. So stuff like that, I try to be on the lookout for when I'm in these thrift stores, because I just kind of had to shift over to hard goods because clothing in Arizona compared to California just didn't make any sense. Let's see. Since you dropped the pirate ship video, I have saved over $250 in shipping costs. Thanks a lot. Keep dropping the knowledge. That's what's up. That right there, that's why I did that video. My man said $250 on ship. Let me ask, do you ship a lot of shoes and heavy items? Because to me, I tell people all the time, that's what pirate ship is really good for. If you're shipping shoes and heavy like hard goods and stuff like that, for me, I don't think I've shipped out anything and spent more than $9.50. And I'm on the West Coast. So if I'm shipping something to Florida, lately I've been shipping a lot of stuff to Florida, and it's never more than like $9.56 or $9.48, something along those lines. So let me know how you've been selling, because for me, pirate ship is amazing. If you sell clothing and a lot of first class items, you won't necessarily feel the benefit of using pirate ship. And I think that's why I was so slow to kind of hopping onto pirate ship, because for those of you that know the channel, for my first year, maybe 2 years, I was really just predominantly selling clothing. So I didn't need, you know, different shipping methods. But once I started getting into shoes with the boxes, I realized, you know, you can easily spend sometimes $15-16 shipping something from the East Coast, from the West Coast to the East Coast. And with pirate ship, I'm selling it, I'm shipping it out for, like I said, $9.50. So doing that several times a week, several orders a month, you're saving tons of money. So definitely shout out to you. Pirate ship, yes, people know pirate ship and they love it. That's what's up. So do you list boots as athletic shoes if they are over $100 for the no fees promotion? I actually never even thought of that. That's probably genius. I probably should do that to save money on fees. But honestly, I haven't come across any boots that sell for a lot of money, like over $100. Last year I was selling a lot of UGG boots, so they were all listed as boots. But now this year coming up, if I can get that same UGG, that UGG Connect, if I can go back to California and buy a bunch of UGGs like I was doing last year, I might try that. I mean, who knows? But then again, eBay's listening to us. So I don't know. They might crack down on that and not even let us do it. But I mean, I'll give it a shot. For those of us that's in the chat, I mean, give it a shot. Let me know if it works, because I might try it a couple times. Let's see. Akil, did my USPS scam me or did I make a mistake? I used a flat rate envelope and I printed and I printed and put a shipping label on it like normal. When I turned it into the USPS store, they said I needed a stamp, and I paid for it because I didn't want any problems. It only cost about 6 cents, but I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. That's definitely very, very weird. You need to pay for a stamp. That's never happened to me before. I think I don't know exactly what that is, but I'm pretty sure they did kind of scam you out of that 6 cents. But anything in a padded flat rate envelope, the price is the price. I think it's $7.52, so you shouldn't have to pay anything extra. But I mean, I would probably just ask the post office people or just bring it to their attention and, you know, get some clarification on it, because sometimes in the post office, particularly any post office I've been to, getting padded flat rate bags has always been like a challenge. It almost seems like they're told not to provide that to us. And if there were times where I needed padded flat rate envelopes, and I almost felt like I was begging them to kind of get one for me in the back. So I don't know what that is. I think because it's such a more affordable option as opposed to using a medium flat rate box, they kind of push us to use the medium flat rate boxes in those larger boxes. But I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. Have you or will you ever share your storage method? Absolutely. I'll do a video on that. My storage method is very, very basic. I don't have anything special. That's why I never did like a storage video. But I'll definitely put one on the channel, let you guys see the inventory for right now, because the inventory is that by the time, but within these next few months, the inventory is going to grow, and you know, it's gonna be booming. I'm going to be doing a lot of hauls and a lot of big purchases. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But in a nutshell, I don't have like a very sophisticated storage system. I have a lot of bins because I pick up so many shoes that don't have the box from Ross and Marshalls and stuff like that. So I have a lot of bins, and all the shoe boxes you guys see behind me in a lot of my videos. So outside of that's basically the most things that I have in terms of an inventory system. And I just have a shelf where I put hard goods on that I can easily see, but it's definitely not a sophisticated system. Let's see. Big Meech, what's going on, bro? Let's see. Are you leveraging your credit to profit even more on your purchases? Big fan of yours. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But yeah, absolutely. I tell people all the time, you have to leverage your credit in this business. You have to. I've seen other resellers or just people in thrift stores and stuff like that, and you can tell, you know, when they're a reseller sometimes, and they're paying with cash or they're paying with their debit card. And I don't think I've used the debit card for anything, maybe outside of like going to Arco to get gas. I rarely ever use my debit card. I use credit for every single purchase made. That way I can capitalize on those reward points. And I think I have it in this video. I may or may not, but I was sharing my referral for American Express because that was a good card that I was using, and they had some decent rewards. Like their rewards program was pretty good. So I was just trying to put people onto that, specifically American Express, because I know when I first got American Express, that was, I think, my first or second credit card. And my credit wasn't that good when I first got that American Express card, but I still got accepted. So I figured that was a good card to kind of put people on to, especially if you're kind of new to credit and your credit score might not be that good. I figured that would be the best opportunity for people. So people have been using that link, signing up, getting that American Express. I think it's called the Blue Cash Rewards card. But the cards I've been using, I use that Spark, the Capital One Spark business card. That card is really good. I think it's like 1.5 reward points, and it's you could use it for flights, or you can use it as cash. You can do anything with the rewards. But for me, I've been leveraging my credit for years now, and I feel like it's the best and the smartest way to do it. And it just helps you grow your business and keep track of your accounting as well, because you'll have every purchase on your credit card statement, as opposed to using cash where you will just have the receipts and kind of have to do everything by memory. Let's see. Are you still going thrifting at Goodwill for shoes? Sometimes at Goodwill, you can find some really good electronics to flip on eBay. Honestly, I have not been to Goodwill in a very long time. If you guys follow the channel for a while, I've been huge fan of and huge supporter of Goodwill. This is my first piece of merch. These consistency t-shirts was my first piece of merch, but the original idea that my wife and I thought of, I think she actually thought of. Hey, speaking of consistency t-shirts.
Consistency t-shirts. Hey guys.
Consistency.
And I put it on with a nice, cute skirt, so they're not so manly like Akil, but they're so cute. Wait, am I on camera?
You in it? The camera's right here though.
They're on sale right now. Use Consistency 10 for 10% off.
You gotta get y'all a wife, man. She gonna promote. Like, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna stay there.
She gonna stay there. But yeah, my first idea for a t-shirt was actually, if there's a Goodwill, there's a way, because I was making a lot of money using, like, just shopping at Goodwill, especially when I was in Santa Barbara. The Goodwill in Santa Barbara was amazing. But ever since I left Santa Barbara, I have a couple friends out there still. They've told me the Goodwill out there has changed dramatically, where it's not even a good thrift store anymore. And it was probably one of the best thrift stores in the country, but they're terrible now. They're just greedy. That's the best way to put it. Goodwill has just become very, very greedy. So because of that, I don't even go to the store. I know I'm probably missing out on a ton of good stuff that I can possibly pick up. But honestly, to me, it's like, I'd rather put my money into smaller thrift stores that I know, even though all thrift stores are greedy at the end of the day, I'd just rather not do business with Goodwill or Savers. I don't go there anymore. I mean, I'm probably losing out on good stuff, but I know there's a lot of resellers in my area, so they're probably flourishing. They love the fact that I don't go there. But for me, I just realized that, we don't have to spend money with places and people that we don't like or treat us unfairly. We don't have to do that. So for me, I just stopped going. Simple as that. Let's see. Salute to you too, bro. Kicks Griffey in the building. Yes, Deb Elliott, click the like button. Yes, it definitely helps the channel grow. Please hit that like button. So let's see. Katrina Jordan, how do you switch from USPS to pirate ship from eBay? Okay, so you actually don't need to do anything in particular. You could just go to pirateship.com. And this is not sponsored. I'm not like a affiliate or anything like that. I probably should be, because I talk very highly of them, but you could just go to pirateship.com, and they have like this importing system where you can import all your orders from eBay with just a click of a button. I don't know if they have it for Mercari and other platforms. I think they might have it for Mercari and like Depop and other stuff. Don't get me wrong. Don't quote me on that. They probably do, but if they don't quote me. But you can easily just import all of your stuff. So what they do when I say import, you click the import from eBay button, and it sends all your orders into Pirate Ship. And the good thing is that they update the tracking information straight to eBay. So you don't even have to go back and forth between different platforms and update the system. You can easily just do it that way. So that's why I like it a lot. And on top of the fact that I can save so much money on shipping, it's a no-brainer. Let's see. 60 cents, my bad. Oh yeah, 60 cents. Get your 60 cents back, bro. I don't know why they charged you any money for using a padded flat rate envelope. I have no clue. Definitely, you got to get your change back. Let's see. Scroll through a little too fast. Let's see. I would love to see some in-store action if you're down for it. I know some people are uncomfortable recording in public. Yeah, I do some in-store type of stuff. I don't necessarily do, like, I don't speak on camera while I'm in the store, because they always play like either radio music or just, popular music that you can't play on YouTube. That's why I prefer to do voiceovers. Sometimes if I'm in a store and they're not playing music, I might try to do a voiceover, but it never comes out clear enough. So I just try to do the voiceovers on my videos. But I'll be dropping one. I think I'll be dropping a video tomorrow, because I did go to Ross and I picked up a couple stuff. I actually went to Ross, 2 different Rosses and a Burlington. So I combined all of those things. So I'll be dropping that video tomorrow and doing some in-store footage for you guys. Yeah, she was definitely cute with the pink with the pink skirt. Let's see. Also, I'm interested in the shirt. I'm curious to know your height and what size you're wearing to compare and know what size to get. Oh, I'm wearing a small. I'm wearing a small because, I'll be trying to, when you go to the gym, you're trying to let your muscle show. So that's why I wear the small. But you could probably, I'm 5'8", about 175. So you could probably be good with a medium or something. I don't even know what size you need, but, I know a lot of people have been getting mediums. So that seems like the most popular size. Let's see who else is in the chat. I left a pair of Nike Air DT Max. Okay, the Deons, I know those, at Burlington today. They were $50. Was it a good idea? What color was it? Because I know if it was that Those red, white, and black Leons, those are really dope, and those selling for about 100 plus. The other colorways I'm not too sure about, but if you can get that, the one with like the shark teeth, those red and white ones, those are selling for good money. I think the blue and white ones sell pretty good as well. So if I were you, I would go back and pick those up for 50 bucks. Oh, blessings to you too, my brother. Hashtag consistency. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now let's see. How do you find the price of items if you don't find it on eBay and Google? If I don't find the price, it depends. If we're talking about shoes, if I don't find the price on eBay or on Google, I'll probably just put up a price that I'm willing to accept. But very rarely do I ever find, like, I don't find comps on certain items. But for the most part, if it's an item that has zero comps on eBay or on Google or any other platform, I just put up a price that I'm pretty comfortable with getting. And sometimes if it's an item that I'm really, really unsure about, I might put it up for auction and start that auction at a price that I'm comfortable with. But usually I always do find the comps. Let's see. Mercari might be the new wave after eBay. I agree. I'm definitely looking more into Mercari. I'm going to be hopping on there soon. I'm going to drop a video on me getting onto Mercari soon. So be on the lookout for that. But for me, Poshmark just isn't performing as it used to for me. And I think it's various different reasons why I think that's happened. One, I'm not sharing and I'm not as active on the platform as I used to be. So that's a huge one. But two, my price point for a lot of items have just increased. I used to sell a lot of $20 and $30 items because it was mainly clothing. But since I got out of the clothing category, a lot of my shoes now are sometimes at least 70, 80 bucks. And that Poshmark crowd usually doesn't want to spend that much money on stuff. I know I shop on Poshmark too, and I usually try to get steals on Poshmark. Anything I look for to buy on Poshmark, it's usually I'm trying to get a steal, and I'm not really giving out deals like that. So that's probably why Poshmark isn't performing like it used to. Come on, Pirate Ship, sponsor this guy. Amen. Let him know. Sponsor your boy. Are you going to be purchasing more from wholesalers anytime soon? Absolutely. I was telling you guys in the next couple of months, I'm going to start doing some really big hauls because I'm trying to rev up for Q4. The goals for this year was 300,000 in sales. So I'm really just trying to make sure that I have enough inventory to actually bring in that type of revenue. So we're kind of on track. I'm not going to say the Rona completely devastated the plans. I know we took somewhat of a hit. We still been doing really good, but I think with the really big third and fourth quarter, we'll be right on track. So I'm just gonna try to get as much quality inventory as possible. And like I say, quality inventory for me is just like brand new with tags, brand new in the box. Because last year when I was doing the UGG boots, those were flying off the shelves because those are brand new in box. The year prior to that, I was trying to rev up on inventory, but everything was used because I was getting everything from thrift stores, and I didn't see a huge uptick in sales. So drop a comment if you guys are selling used stuff and you always see a big uptick in sales during the fourth quarter. But for me, at least, I know I wasn't flourishing with used clothing 2 years ago. So ever since I realized that was the trend, and during the fourth quarter, people like brand new with tags, probably because it's good. It's gifts and gifts for other people, gifts for themselves. So they just prefer brand new. So I think that's probably why it works like that. Do you use Pirate Ship on Mercari or do you use their own label? I'm not selling anything on Mercari yet, but I think you can use Pirate Ship for Mercari. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. When you do your taxes, do you count shipping as part of your profit or do you count shipping as a deduction? Shipping is definitely a deduction. That's shipping is like gross profits, but you still have to pay for shipping, so that's a deductible. Oh, she needs the charger. Is eBay really stopping business with PayPal? Yeah, that's what they said. That's the whole purpose behind managed payments. They just wanted to separate from PayPal, so it's going to be completely separate. Just in a few days, I think we're like 5 or 6 days away from them being completely separated. And over the past couple of months, drop a comment if you guys have experienced this too. Anytime I called eBay with any customer like customer service related stuff, if I called PayPal about it, they would refer me back to eBay. And if I called eBay about it, they would refer me to PayPal. And I think what it is like eBay is really just trying to, I don't know, I don't understand why they're doing that, but I've been getting the runaround anytime I needed any customer service. So drop a comment, let me know, but it's been weird. Kelly Thurman, hey, big fan. That's what's up. Thank you. I'm always learning something. Also, your best asset in growing your business is your fantastic wife. That's a fact. I know for a fact I would not be here today if it wasn't for her. That is a fact. Let's see. I'll support. Is there a link to purchase the t-shirt? Absolutely. The link is in the description of the live video. It's the first link. Let me put it in here as well, just in case anybody else wants to cop a shirt, but it's DapperAdvisor on bigcartel.com. DapperAdvisor.bigcartel.com. Yeah, and there's just one piece of merch on there. I started off small. I didn't want to start with too many different items. This is a whole different business model, and I'm not even going to necessarily call it a business model. It's just me wanting to create something different and see what it's like. And a lot of people have been asking me for merch, so I just wanted to put something out that I really stood behind. So that was the whole purpose behind it. Okay, I see a $4.99 super chat. Shout out to you. Thank you very much. Let's see. Hey, brother, how has YouTube proved for you as a source of income, if you don't mind sharing? Oh, I spoke about this in a video not too long ago. So when I initially got on to YouTube, I knew there were people making money and good money on YouTube. So when I got on, I was thinking to myself, eventually there will be a time where I'm making money hand over fist by putting out content. Right now, I'm not doing that. Right now, this is literally me doing a lot of the groundwork, trying to just build a community and just put out value. Because I always say when you're doing anything like video content related, anything like that, it's all about value. You got to make people, value your information and see you as a resource. So that's what this is all about. The money will come later on. Last month, I think maybe like $500 or $600. The month before that, where I put out maybe 3 videos, was like $130. Like it's very up and down. It's not a consistent business model at all. So it just depends on it has so many different reasons as to how your money can get impacted. I know when I took that time off by me not uploading videos consistently, my views were down. So I just wasn't, garnering a lot of money from that. But for me, it's all about just doing the groundwork and just doing what I could do and just help people, because I have a background as an academic advisor. So it's really just about, giving back and just trying to make people make less mistakes than myself. And the money that I make from YouTube, I'm probably grossly underpaid for the amount of time that I'm putting on it. But I mean, my man said this first comment, $250 he saved by watching my video. For me, that's what I'm doing it for. Somebody could save that much money off a video I made. That's what's up. Like, that's beautiful. Let's see. Who else is in chat? Thanks again for that $4.99 though. Thanks again. Let's see. LOL, a small shirt. I was wondering why the sleeves are small. I'm 5'11", so a large would be perfect. Looking forward to more merch. That's what's up. I'm gonna drop some more merch pretty soon. Well, it depends. If this stuff sells out and people are really feeling it, I'll definitely hop on more merch soon. If not, well, then I might have to rethink this whole thing. But I appreciate the support, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Have you dabbled into shipping? Have you into drop shipping? Seeing a bit of success with it recently. Now, I haven't dabbled into any drop shipping. Honestly, drop shipping has always been. I've never been a fan of it because I just know you're not able to control the inventory, and for me, just having control of the business that I'm doing has always been super important. So for me, just not having like physical control of the inventory was kind of made me nervous. It gave me anxiety. So I never got into drop shipping, but I know there's people killing the game with drop shipping. You just have to be really on top of what you're doing, and you have to make sure that you're constantly updating your site, updating your quantity, keeping up to date with different platforms from wherever you're getting your stuff from. But for me, I just never really got into it. But I know it's a way for people that's killing the game right now. Let's see. I had my biggest find ever today at Ross. Nike Zoom Kobe 5s. Oh boy, in black. Ooh, 300 plus on eBay. Still in shock. Congrats. That's amazing. I don't find like the amazing stuff from Ross. My best find from Ross lately was probably those Jordan cleats that I picked up for 25 and sold for 120. Outside of that, at the least I probably double up on my stuff, but I don't get huge sales like that. Like I don't find huge scores, but I mean, shout out to you. That's a big sale. Congrats, man. And you saved and you paid no fees. $300 no fees. That's what's up. Poshmark is good for under $40. I agree because I'm a buyer on Poshmark, and if it gets to that $50-$60 range, I tend to stray away. So I agree. Now let's see. Have you hit up the malls and checked out the shoe stores? I found great deals at Shoe Palace, Foot Locker, and Champs. For example, Air Max 97s for $50. Now the mall in my area I think is still closed. I don't think they opened the mall yet. I don't usually go to those type of stores, but I probably should. So thanks for the tip. I probably should, especially Shoe Palace. I know Shoe Palace usually has like a table full of shoes that they're probably trying to get rid of. And there's one time I went in there. This was before quarantine and the Rona came around. There were deals on the table, but not enough for profit. So I'm gonna definitely check it out. Thanks for the tip. I feel I've brought so many shoes during the Burlington half off sale. I have not sold a pair. I don't think shoes are for me. It all depends on what shoes you're picking up, because there were a lot of shoes in there. I seen a lot of Levi's shoes. I seen a lot of Skechers. I seen a lot of like RBX and a lot of those brands that nobody really wants. A lot of Tommy Hilfiger shoes. I picked up a couple stuff. I picked up those Fila Grant Hills from Burlington for half off. So I was able to make some decent profit on that. But a lot of those shoes, it just wasn't worth it. So I passed on it. But I mean, at the very least, you can at least get your money back. You know what I mean? Just price it low. Just try to get your money back and just chalk it up as a lesson. You know what I mean? If you lose a little bit of money, it is what it is. But you're getting in the game. You know what I mean? You're trying something different. So that's what it's all about. Click that like button. Yes, click that like button. People, click that like button. Red, white, and black. I believe you're talking about those Deons. Definitely go back and pick those Deion Sanders up. If I found those in my size, I was going to keep them, without a doubt. I had them when I was in high school, but I'll definitely get them. If you want to steal, then Mercari is the place. I honestly don't know how people make any real money on there. I've tried it. I have the app on my phone, and I haven't found anything crazy. I've seen solds, like previous sales of people selling like cool gray Jordan 11s for like $50, and they're in great condition. I've seen them, but I wasn't able to capitalize on it. But I keep it on my phone, so I'll try to see if I can find something. But you got other people saying Mercari is definitely moving, and I'm slipping. I got to get on it. Be on the lookout for that video, because that video is coming soon. Let's see. Wow, I did not know or hear that eBay was separating from PayPal. Yeah, right now it's in. If you go to your messages, they were talking about it pretty often on the eBay hub, the eBay seller hub, and I think they even have like a notification on top telling people to sign up for either add your bank account information so that they can send the money there. So definitely you want to go ahead and do that, because they're doing everything by the 15th. Let's see. Definitely hit the like button though, y'all. I appreciate it. When I was on managed payments, they just basically made me call my bank instead of eBay. Same runaround, different bank is all. Well, hopefully they change that, man. Hopefully they change that. Hopefully. What is your take on Madeleines? I just copped my second pair ever, and I'm looking forward to trying to make a top. Oh, Meslin. Okay, Meslin. Yeah, Meslin dress shoes. They don't really do too well for me. I've seen some Meslin dress shoes that had like exotic skins, and I think those probably sell better. Like the ones that have like a lizard skin or like alligator skin or something like that, like croc or something. Those usually do a little better. But the ones that I've been trying to sell, I have one pair on my Poshmark right now. I think $30, and I had that in my inventory for maybe 2 years at this point. So Meslin isn't a brand that I always pick up, but I know the ones with like different exotic skins sell way better. Let's see. Glad to see Akil uploading daily so that YouTube money will go up. Yeah, eventually it'll go up. We being patient. The money will come. Let's see. Have you dabbled into drop shipping? Oh, I answered that one already. Do you use promoted listings on eBay on all your inventory? Well, no, not all my inventory. Probably the majority of it. I do have everything on 1%, but all the inventory, I don't necessarily promote everything. Excuse me, only because everything doesn't necessarily need that extra promoted listing. If I'm the only person with that item, or if I'm that only person with that particular size in a shoe, I'm not gonna promote it because I'm the only person with it. But sometimes I do try to, promote everything just about 1%. But just like everything, there does have its exceptions. Let's see. I got cleats at Ross for under $10 and can't sell them for months. What should I do? The cleats are tough, especially if you got a really large size in cleats. Cleats are tough. A couple months ago, I was picking up cleats for 49 cents. Well, some I was seeing for 49 cents, and I still was leaving them behind because they were size 17, 18, and they were some that other people had online that they had them for $10 free shipping. So it was one of those type of things where if you don't know which cleats to pick up, it can be real tricky. But for the most part, if it's Nike cleats, if it's Adidas cleats, you can always type in the style code, put it on eBay, check the comps. And for me, there's still some cleats and some shoes that I just check the comps. I have no clue if it's valuable or not. So I still check the comps just about all the time. But some cleats, it's just not worth it. Like regardless of how cheap it is, it's just not worth it. Let's see. On Poshmark, what does it mean if someone decides to drop a case after they opened it? Oh, if they drop the case, that means they no longer want to return it. That means they're happy. They're happy with it. They changed their mind. So you're good. I'm in Los Angeles. Ross is so dry all over here. So much competition. How is it in Arizona? Arizona is pretty good. It's definitely competition because I see other resellers in there, but there's just so many Rosses in Arizona. Arizona's huge. I'm in one little section of Arizona, but Arizona is huge, and it's probably I would say, if I had to guess, maybe 60 or 70 different Ross locations. So if you live in a certain area, you can do well by just sticking within your area. Sometimes I go to Tempe, sometimes I go to Phoenix and see what they have. But anytime I'm in Phoenix, that Ross is usually always ran through. So I'm pretty sure, some of the larger little cities, people are on it. But where I'm at, it seems like it's pretty good. How's life been in Arizona? I know you guys came from California. I'm looking to move to Scottsdale. Arizona is definitely going to be refreshing in the sense that it's so much cheaper than California. I was in Santa Barbara and we was paying just about $2,400 for rent for a 1-bedroom apartment. So now we paying close to $1,400. So just in terms of that, you will see it'll be refreshing to know that you don't have huge expenses every month. And for me, I just wanted to put my wife and I in a better situation financially. I never wanted to feel so restricted by this huge amount of rent every month. And by having a small business, every month is not going to be the money is never consistent. You're never going to know what your finances are going to look like. So I never wanted to put us in an uncomfortable situation. So by moving to Arizona was just way better off for the business. So I'm sure you'll like it. Scottsdale is beautiful. It's just hot. It's just really, really hot. People talk about it. It's 115 just about every day. I don't know when summer is going to end. It feels like we've been in summer for 6 summers now, but I don't know. But other than that, you'll like it. I'm in LA too. It's dry for real. Yeah, LA is tough. LA is definitely tough. I try to diversify my sourcing. Yeah, you have to. You have to try to diversify your inventory to some degree. It's great to have a niche and to have something like your bread and butter. It's super important to have that, but it's also good to just venture out a little bit, try random stuff every once in a while. You never know, and it's just good to have that that knowledge, that brand knowledge, or knowledge of different categories. That way, if you need to pivot for whatever reason down the road, you at least have some knowledge on something else. For me, I love shoes, so that's what I'm selling. But like I told you guys earlier, I'm still selling some hard goods and I'm still selling clothing as long as it's, either brand new or something like a really dope used brand. So it's good to diversify. Keeps you in the game longer. What's some common advice shared by resellers that you cringe at, really disagree with? Okay, so don't take me the wrong way. I don't watch a lot of other resellers stuff. I try not to because I don't want to, be influenced too much about what they're saying. And sometimes I try to just lock in on what I'm doing. I try to mind my business and pay attention to what I'm doing. There's some people like Daily Refinement. I watch him sometimes because I think he gives a lot of good advice, and he's really grown his business from the bottom to where he's at now. So it's good to see his growth. Outside of that, I don't really watch too many other reseller channels because I'm really trying to focus on what I'm doing. But honestly, I can't think of only thing I cringe at when I hear other resellers is when people make it seem like there's only one way to do something. And I think the beauty of online business and eBay is that all 92 people in the chat right now can run a business, can run an eBay business or their reselling business as a whole 92 different ways. There's so many different ways to do it. So that's the things I don't necessarily like, and I disagree with all the time. There's not like a one size fits all model for this. I think there's so much money to be made and so many different models to go by. So I think that's the only thing I disagree with. I don't know anybody that's saying that. I don't know, but if people did say that, that's what I disagree with. Let's see. Do you prefer higher volume or higher margins? Absolutely higher margins. If I could dedicate like a small corner of my house with inventory, that would be amazing. But of course, that's not necessarily the case. For me, I got a bunch of shoe boxes, but I would definitely prefer higher margins. I know some people, I get this question often, like how many items do I have in my eBay store? And for me, it's just about, having quality over quantity. I've tried the volume game and it doesn't necessarily work for me. I don't like it, but the higher margins game, I enjoy that a little more. Let's see. Did you stop the mentoring or the Dapper Club? Did I stop it? No, I didn't stop. I didn't stop mentoring, or I didn't stop being dapper. When you dapper or you enjoy, menswear, it's a part of life. I didn't stop that, but outside of that, I'm just more focused on business now. Sold Vapor Max on Macari for 120. That's what's up. Macari is lit. People telling good stuff about Macari. Do you charge shipping? I have free shipping and I feel like I'm missing out on money. Thoughts? I do free shipping on the majority of my items. If I'm accepting an offer, then I'm definitely going to charge shipping. But the best way to do that is to just incorporate the cost of shipping into your item. Buyers are trained to see free shipping. Like most buyers don't want to pay shipping. I noticed early on when I was say I'm selling an item for $29.99 plus $9 shipping, I would get a best offer of $20 plus the $9 shipping, so they only pay $29. So for me to just kind of avoid that, I would just price my item at $29.99, or if it really does cost a lot of money to ship, I would charge $34.99 or $36.99 just so that I can still incorporate the cost of shipping. But once you do that, you won't necessarily be losing out on any money, because the big thing too is that eBay charges you on the item, the cost of the item, and they charge you on the cost of shipping. So just to avoid one more fee, I think it's best to do free shipping. But like I always tell you guys, you can try different ways, different methods, and whatever works for you, it works. Dom looked this up. I love this product, black owned and created by the Yasha sauce. Anti-aging. Okay, I'm with that. Me and I'm gonna get this anti-aging. I'm with it. I'm with it. You usually say you save money with pirate ship. I noticed it's usually the same for eBay and pirate ship for me. Any tips? It only helps with heavier items. So if it's a first class item, it's usually going to be the same. If it's in a flat rate envelope, it's usually the same as well. It's usually only specifically if I'm shipping coast to coast, if I'm shipping to say Florida, pirate ship is essential for me. But outside of that, if it's first class, if it's flat rate, it's the same price. But larger packages always, you will see more benefits in there. Let's see. I find some good deals sometimes at Marshall's, but Ross is horrible. Yeah, it's tough in the Ross in certain places. My Ross hasn't been restocking as much as I would like them to, so it's kind of tough right now. What type of cleats? Soccer, baseball, football? Lately, I've been picking up more football cleats, and they've been selling pretty well. Baseball cleats were selling pretty good. Maybe last month, I feel like I had a lot more baseball cleat sales. I think I don't have any more baseball cleats. Maybe a few, maybe 3 or 4 baseball cleats that I have in stock. So if I was to put in order, I would say probably football, soccer, then baseball. Well, soccer cleats, you can find some good soccer cleats and for some huge profit margins. So it just depends on the shoe. Let's see. How do you feel about selling items to buyers with 0 feedback? It doesn't bother me because a lot of my items are buy it now. So I only realize if they have 0 feedback after they have already made the purchase. In the beginning, I was always kind of wary because I used to accept a lot of offers on items. Everything was always best offer. And I would kind of be wary if they had 0 feedback. And because usually those are the buyers that would not pay. But I kind of avoided that by just not accepting offers anymore. Save free shipping and include the shipping in the price. Yep, that's how you do it. Do you ever sell resale like hype sneakers? I tried it. I sold a pair of Wave Runners when Wave Runners, before they constantly restocked Wave Runners. And for me, it was just a little too much work. I don't have a bot, and the profits wasn't as good as I thought it would be. So I don't usually do the hype shoes. But if I can get like some type of connect or some type of, some type of deal with a mom and pop store or something like that, I would absolutely do it. But if you don't have a bot and if you don't have a connection to, hype shoes, it is kind of tough. I've seen other people that what they would do is that they would go to places like a sneaker con and they would buy used shoes. They would buy used hype shoes and just kind of work their way up doing it that way. And they usually deal with very small profit margins, but they also do a lot of cash. So they'll do something like a $300 shoe and sell it for $320, and then use that $320 and then put it to something for, and then make $350 on another item. So the profit margins when you're dealing with hype shoes sometimes can be very small. For me, I just haven't been able to kind of figure that method out in terms of getting a bot or getting some type of connection, but it is what it is. What's going on, Edwin? How you doing? What's good? Let's see. Updates on living in Arizona, like the overall quality of life. Okay, so the overall quality of life in Arizona has been really good. Granted, right now, since the Rona and quarantine has been slow, but prior to all of these things happening, we was living it up. We was going out just about every weekend, hitting up different restaurants, different festivals. It was great. So I think maybe in the years to come, we'll get back to that. Like I said, cost of living was great. That was one of my biggest things. And it's just a better overall environment. It's way more diverse. I felt like prior to this in California, me and my wife, we was usually the only black people at a restaurant or the only black people at a store or at an event. We were sticking out like sore thumbs everywhere we went. And now it's not as, it's not that much black people everywhere you go, but it just doesn't feel like we're the only ones anymore. So that's always good. Let's see. Big Meat, you must be on Stacks if you're trying to live in Scottsdale. Yeah, Scottsdale is expensive, but you could get, Scottsdale is pretty big. You can still live in Scottsdale and not necessarily be in like a very expensive side of Scottsdale. So it just depends. It depends on what your budget is. But if you're coming from California, trust me, Scottsdale is gonna look like Scottsdale is still cheaper than California, so you can still do really well. Let's see. You recommend a good software for researching items. I don't use any software. I just use eBay and Google. And if I can't use that, I usually would just kind of price it from my own experience. But in terms of research and stuff, Google is your friend. Let's see. Cool. I have a bunch of video games. I already looked up the resale prices. However, I'm nervous to sell them because I don't know if they work because I don't have the consoles suggested. So if it's a Nintendo game or something like that, N64, honestly, usually they usually work. Like Nintendo games, especially vintage games, they were built so good that I very rarely came across an older game that didn't work. Usually CDs and stuff like that, if it's like a PlayStation game, if it has a bunch of scratches, I wouldn't even take a chance on it. But those older games, if I were you, I'll probably just list them as is. You can always say, they're not tested, just so that the buyer knows that you didn't necessarily test them, and you can still price it as everybody else is pricing it and just see if it sells. You can always do that. But usually older games, they were built so good back then that I very rarely come across a game that doesn't work. Okay, we got 100 people in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button for your boy. Let's see. Have you tried looking into more hype items and buying and holding in bulk? That guy, Hustler Hacks, is really doing well with that method. Yeah, Hustler Hacks is a beast. He inspired me to even start doing more Ross type of videos because when I lived in California, as some other people were saying, the Rosses out there were really, really trash. So I would watch his video, then go to Ross and just get depressed. But since I moved here, I was coming across some good stuff. So the holding method is to me the smartest way to do stuff on Ross. To do business with Ross. You can't necessarily buy it and expect it to sell very quickly. That's why it's not a very popular sourcing method for a lot of people. Some people prefer the thrift stores because it's a cheaper entry point, because sometimes you can go to Ross, spend $50 and you want to make your money back pretty quickly, since $50 is a substantial amount of money. But for me, I realized if I'm patient and I pick up a good item, you just have to wait until everyone else sells out their stuff. And then you could even raise your price because you might be the only person that has it. I know I do that all the time. Those ultra boosts and a lot of stuff that people was either passing on or selling for, pennies on the dollar. Once everybody else sells out on this, I was selling those Parley ultra boosts for like $100, sometimes 105, 110. I was doing really well with them. But I just had to wait until everybody else sold out. And it took maybe 2 months. So you just got to keep those type of stuff in mind. Let's see. Being an entrepreneur, what medical benefits did you purchase? Medical benefits. You just got to, health insurance is expensive. So it's just, you just got to do it. Like, you just got to pay. It's expensive, but it is what it is. Let's see. I'm dropping Poshmark and Macari because I don't have time for them. eBay is my breadwinner. And now I'm doing Instacart, having much success. Show some love on my channel, please. Need some subscribers. Focus on the value, bro. Focus on the value. Keep putting out content and focus on the value. I'm gonna check out the channel just because, but definitely focus on the value. Instacart, I haven't really done any of those gig type of jobs like Uber and all those type of gigs, that type of stuff. I mean, if it's working for you, stick with it. But I know I haven't even tried it, so I can't even speak too much on that. Let's see. Hi, Akil. Started listing on eBay, but I'm getting nothing but scams. How can you determine if the buyers are legitimate? Usually with buyers, I feel like buyers are pretty legit if they have some feedback. I think usually what it is though is that new eBay sellers usually get, they're usually targeted the most for scammers. So what you might want to do is try to just buy some items that are on the cheaper end, like just items that you would usually purchase anyway, like toothpaste or something, just to garner some feedback so that, those scammers can kind of avoid you a little bit. But as a new eBay seller, it's kind of unavoidable. You're definitely going to get targeted. I've heard of Air Max, but at Burlington, I bought two pairs of shoes that I thought were Air Max, but they were Max Air. Have you heard of Max Air? Yeah, Max Air is a thing. Max Air is on, I think they say Max Air on Charles Barkley shoes. So Max Air and Air Max are all the same thing. It's all Nike, but Air Max is a particular like category within its own, and Max Air is also its own category. Can we get the black t-shirt merch in white? It's hot as hell in Texas. Black attracts heat. Yeah, I'm gonna drop some more. I'm gonna drop some more in white eventually. I just wanted to, I'll wear black t-shirts. So I was just thinking, trying to start small, start with black t-shirts, because that's something I know I wear often. And as it continues to grow, if people are feeling it, I'll add on some white and stuff like that. But I just wanted to start, instead of thinking about it, I just wanted to get in the game. What's the cheapest way to ship hoodies and sweaters? Depending on the size, I would say a padded flat rate envelope. Let's see. Why did you decide to hide your sales on eBay? Is it to block competitors? Yeah, it's a good way to block competitors. And on top of the fact that I'm on YouTube, I figured why not block my sales? But not only that, I really got into the whole hiding your sales because it made listing easier. Anytime I had an item, what it is that it gives you the out of stock option once you do it that way. So you can have, for instance, I'll give you guys an example. I was selling a lot of Adidas top 10s, and once a certain size sells out, I might be able to go back to the outlet and purchase some more if they were to restock. So it just gives you that flexibility, not having to create an entire new listing. So that was the main reason why I did it. Let's see. Got those Vapor Max at Ross out here in PA. Paid $50 a pair. Each one sold for $115. That's what's up. And the other sold for $180. My man is killing it. That's what's up. I also got the cleats for $250 a pair. Adidas and Nike Huarache in there selling. That's what's up. Vapor Max is always going to be one of those shoes that just, because it's dope. It's a dope shoe and people love it. I know I don't find enough in Ross, but anytime I find them, they usually sell within a week. So shout out to you. What are the best days to list? List every day. I think there's no necessarily good day or time. I just list every day. If you have a couple items, spread it out throughout the week so that you can constantly list something. But just list, just get it up. Let's see. Do you offer best offer on items that are harder to sell, or do you do it on a majority of your items? Secondly, do you pay attention to your sell-through rate, and do you track it daily? Well, first of all, I definitely don't pay attention to the sell through rate. I probably should, but I know I don't. And in terms of best offer on items, I only put best offer on items if it's an item that's kind of expensive and I'm willing to take a little less. I'll put best offer on and I'll charge shipping, but I'll also automatically decline under a certain price point. That way you don't get, the super low ballers and the people that are just trying to play games. Let's see. I'm late. Any thoughts on eBay managed payments, and have you switched over yet? Sorry if you addressed it already. Yeah, we spoke about it a little earlier, but for me, everybody's going to be hopping onto eBay managed payments by the 15th. So that's when I'm going to be doing it as well. And so I'm just waiting for the 15th, but I don't think we have a choice. I think everybody's going to have to switch over. Let's see. I put the kids' old games on eBay and sold all in less than a day. 2DS, 3DS, Wii U, and for parts, 400 gross. That's what's up. In a day? Sheesh. I hope you didn't sell them too cheap, because if you sold them out in a day, that is quick. That means you was giving deals. That's what's up. But if it was the kids' games and they played them and they not playing them, might as well sell them cheap and get it out the house. I ain't mad at you. I think out here in Ross, the workers backdoor sell items. My sister worked there, and the workers have first dibs, so it's bad. And yeah, that makes sense. LA and New York and a lot of these big cities, it's tough. I'm pretty sure people probably want to work in those stores just so that they can do that. So yeah, that does suck. But I mean, stick with it. You never know. You might catch them slipping. You never know. I've had a buyer reach out to me about not receiving an item, but the UPS tracking says it's been delivered. How would you handle that situation? If it's been delivered, you have nothing to worry about. If it says it's been delivered, you have nothing to worry about. If worse come to worse, eBay will probably still release you the funds and then refund the buyer. If worse comes to worse, and even if they was to open a PayPal dispute against you, as long as the item says delivered, PayPal will always side with the buyer with the seller, as long as you did what you were supposed to do. At least for me. Drop a comment if it's different for you guys. But anytime something like that has happened and the item says delivered, I usually I still get to keep the money. That's slow. I'm slow. I've never been to Ross. Ross isn't everywhere, so don't worry about that. Ross is not everywhere. Every state doesn't have Ross. Let me see. Have you noticed the increase of returns? No, thankfully, I have not noticed the increase of returns. Very thankful I have not. I average, I think my return rate is maybe 2% or something like that. So I don't get a lot of returns at all. It's usually because the item just didn't fit. So thankfully, I don't get a lot of those. You just got to go to Ross multiple times per week. I live in Southern Cal, and it's rare when I source and come home empty-handed. Yeah, consistency. You gotta be consistent. Let me show it. You gotta be consistent. You pull up, you find something good, and you go to the next store and do it again. Let's see. Scottsdale is still cheaper than out here in LA. I'm paying $1,500 for a 1-bedroom in a decent area, kind of hood. Yeah, if you're paying $15 in LA, you can definitely find something really good for $15 in Scottsdale. Trust me. Let's see. How do you like the improved eBay seller report? Oh, I love it. I think eBay is very, very antiquated, but I feel like they're slowly but surely picking things up a little bit. I do like the improved seller report, though. It helps me basically just kind of track the profits and stuff like that. So I definitely do like it. Joining JoJo, welcome to the chat. Let's see. Have a great evening, guys. Great info. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Let's see who's in the chat. Let's see. I live next to the outlets. I've been sourcing there every day. We just got an Adidas. What's the ideal margin per item you have for your business? I'm trying to get 30 plus, but it's difficult. 30 plus is really good for me. As long as I can double up my money, I'm always happy with that. And if I can, if I have to spend say $100 and I can make 50, I might still do that as well. I'm not against that, but I try to at least always double up my money at the very least. Definitely going to visit the Nike outlet. Worked there for 2 years. Still got some connections. Going to try to be a bulk buyer. Yeah, it's not going to say it's easy to be a bulk buyer, but if you have some connections and you got some people that's willing to look out for you, you can definitely do really well buying in bulk. Let's see. Pretty dope because you can literally cash out and hit the sourcing to build inventory and then go back. Let's see. Scammers on eBay usually have accounts open on the same day. That's a good point. That's a very good point. I didn't even think of that, but that is a good point because usually once scammers get reported, their accounts usually get flagged and they get taken down once eBay kind of checks their messages and stuff like that. So that's a good point. Thank you for that. Let's see. Do you use like an Excel sheet to keep track of purchases and sales? Yeah, I have an Excel sheet. I haven't updated it for the month of July yet, but I do try to keep track of all my my sales. I try to do it over the I tried to do it at the end of the month. I just didn't do it yet this month. How long do you wait until you adjust your prices? I used to wait 30 days. Now I kind of wait a little longer. I might adjust the listing. Like I might switch around the title. I might change my pictures around. I might do something to adjust the listing. In terms of prices, I've been a little more firm on prices just because I've been just trying to practice patience. And sometimes if it doesn't sell in 30 days, I don't want to be a part of that group that's just rushing to price their stuff to the bottom. For me, since so many of my items coming from Ross, I try to keep a balance of items that'll sell quick, as well as a balance of items that are more long tail. So sometimes I don't try to change prices too often, but prior to this method, I was doing like 30 days. 100 viewers, only 5 likes. Like, yes, please hit the like button for your boy. That way YouTube can suggest the channel and help the channel grow. Let's see. I'm going to do a video on how to hide sales. So I'm definitely going to go more in depth on that. Let's see. Have you had any problems with USPS? My girl sells on Etsy and has so many problems on delays recently. Yeah, I've definitely had some delays. I shipped out those orders. Everybody that ordered the consistency shirts, I shipped those out already, and I checked the tracking because I shipped out some orders on Monday, as well as Tuesday and Wednesday, and certain orders that I shipped out on Monday didn't even get scanned yet. So it's some kind of delays going on. They even, if you go to USPS.com, they even tell you that they have some delays on the website. Be patient, stuff like that. It's like a red banner on the very top. So I know it happens. Hold on real quick, y'all. Your boy been on here for an hour and the battery is dead. Let me switch that up real quick. Stay on the channel. All right, y'all, we are back. So yeah, they have it on the banner. They let you know that that it's gonna be delays. So it is kind of it sucks, but most buyers and sellers they understand. Most people just don't want extreme delays, like 6 weeks. I shipped out something for my mom on Mother's Day, and she got it like 2 months later. So that was ridiculous. But there's definitely been some delays. I want to see a shoe collection video. I just dropped one not too long ago, maybe 2 months ago. I dropped a shoe collection video. My shoe collection always changes up, literally always changes up. I had several pairs of 720s over the last few months, sold them already. Like I'm not going to say impulse buyer, but I'm one of those people that if I always wanted a certain shoe, I'd buy it and I'll wear it. And then after a while, I'll sell it so I can get something else, just so I can enjoy different shoes, different technologies. But I don't want to hoard stuff like I used to. When I was in college, I had like over 100 pairs of shoes. My people used to call my dorm Foot Locker, and I just don't want that many shoes anymore. I try to keep it to about 20 pairs because especially right now, we're not going nowhere. So I don't need all those shoes. But I'll probably drop another one, probably sometime, maybe in a few months. Had an eBay buyer last week cuss me out for slower shipping times. I reported to eBay and they did nothing. Any advice? I mean, I don't know. If they curse you, as long as they don't leave negative feedback, I'll take the bad messages. But as long as they don't leave negative feedback, I wouldn't trip about it because it's not your fault. You know what I mean? It's nothing you could do about that. Is there anything you can do about unpaid items other than opening unpaid items cases? Oh, that's a good question. So what I do, and it also helps, that's another reason why I have my sales like hidden, because you can just easily change your inventory number. I think you can do that regardless, but you can easily change your quantity instead of having to relist it. So say a person orders an item, but they don't pay and they want me to cancel it. I'll cancel the order, but I'll just change the quantity on the listing. That way I don't have to relist it or waste the listing or anything like that. So that's what I like to do. Being a long tail seller can be rewarding, but it takes patience and storage. Absolutely. Thankfully, I'm working on my patience. I'm not there yet, but I do have the storage. So it works in my favor. But like I say, you got to have a balance. You have to have long tail items, but you have to have items that also sell fast just to keep that cash flow on hand. You definitely don't want to just have a whole store full of long tail stuff, because then you won't see daily sales. So that's something to keep in mind. I've been finding Jordans at Ross, and I haven't seen anybody else showing them. Have you been seeing them? Yeah, I've been picking up Jordans, but there are a lot of team Jordans I've been seeing. I haven't been picking them up. Outside of that, just those Jordan cleats. But I haven't really been picking up anything crazy. So if you've been doing good, do it. Keep picking them up. But I think the other thing too, some people probably are not showing the stuff, the really dope stuff they're finding. They're probably not putting it on YouTube. Like Hustler Hacks is probably, El Paso probably has the best Ross in America. But outside of him, I don't know anybody else finding crazy stuff like he is. How do you stay motivated? Sometimes I lose motivation because I get bored doing the same thing every day. Motivation, I say this all the time. It comes and goes. When I'm motivated, I try to do as much work as possible. And when I'm not motivated, I tell myself this is the stuff that counts. Like when you're not feeling motivated, but you still do it, that's what separates, an average person from like a real hustler or a real person that's like, that has that go-to, that fire. You know what I mean? Like that spirit, that hustlers in I don't even know the word I'm trying to say, but it's just like, it just separates the average person from yourself. When you're not feeling motivated and you still get up and do what you got to do and you handle your business, I feel like that's just like almost like the measures of a man. You know what I mean? Like when the road is looking bleak and you're not necessarily in the mood, but you still do it. Like that's the stuff that's important. And I always remind myself, even if I don't feel like doing it, do it anyway. No one cares about my feelings. Do it anyway. You guys do a home tour? Nah, we ain't gonna do a home tour. I mean, it's a 2-bedroom apartment, but it ain't much to do a tour about. That'll be a short video. Thank you, Akil, for these lives. Love all the info you help us out with. Got to go back to work and take pics. No doubt. Much success, brother. Even the free supplies I ordered like 2 weeks ago and haven't received my padded. Same thing. I've ordered some padded flat rate bags. I ordered some on July 1st. What is today? July 11th. Still haven't received it yet. But I'm trying to be patient. The good thing is I have more bags. So what I'm trying to do now is order them in advance. Order them before I actually need them. That way I can have some time in between. Because padded flat rate bags, you got to remember, everybody's using those bags. Everybody that's shipping anything online. So they probably behind trying to make the bags to sell them. To give them out. Let's see. What is the most profit you ever made on one item? Most profit, probably like $300. It was a pair of Viberg boots. I picked them up for like $20 and sold them for like $4 something. So after fees, I made about $300. He left negative feedback. It was my first time getting negative feedback. I've been on eBay since I was 14 in 09. Man, that's crazy. So you can definitely contact eBay. Contact eBay. Let them see the message, because usually when people are like cursing, using bad language on eBay messages, eBay usually will side with you. And of course, if you shipped out the item when you were supposed to ship it and it was USPS's fault, just let them know that. And sometimes what you need to do with eBay is call several times. Sometimes I've called somebody at eBay. They didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, so I hung up and called somebody else, and just keep calling till you get your answer. Let's see. What do you do for hobbies besides hustling? What else is there to do? Now I'm playing. Working out is my thing. Like working out is definitely my thing. Like that's what I enjoy doing. Outside of that, the funny thing is, when I was like, thrifting was my hobby before I got into this business. So to this day, it still never feels like I'm doing intense work, because I'm doing what I enjoy. So I would say thrifting was a hobby, but now I think working out is definitely more of a hobby. I hoop still. I still try to stay in shape, go play ball, like those type of stuff. Watching movies, just regular stuff. Let's see. You got to keep that relentless grind. This is your business. Amen. You got to do it. You got to keep that intensity up. And I know sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes we don't want to do nothing, but you got to keep that energy. You got to remember why you're doing it, and you got to remember that it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So today might be slow, but the next day might be big. So you got to do what you got to do so that you can make the next day big. You know what I mean? You got to do it. Let's see. What do you think about OfferUp app and shipping with them? Never used OfferUp, not even locally, I don't think. Maybe once, but I don't do anything with them. And shipping was dope because I heard when they started shipping, but still never did anything with it. I'm drop shipping with Amazon now, and I've had no problems. The customers get everything in 2 days. It's so dope. That's what's up. That's what's up. Clearly, the thing is, Amazon has their deal with the post office. So who knows if the manpower is just going heavily towards Amazon packages and not towards the regular USPS packages. Who knows? But I know Amazon like has a contract with the post office. So Amazon packages see no delays at all. You a hooper? I ain't a hooper. I ain't about to, you know what I mean? I ain't a hooper, but I definitely be in there in the rec, killing them young boys in there trying to play. They be thinking I'm old because I'm in my 30s now, but I be doing my thing still. We get up to hustle at our 9 to 5 regardless how we feel. So I hustle for myself and my hubs the same way. That's how you do it. Amen. You got to do it for the family. Akil's going to start a fitness channel. I can't wait. I don't know about that. I don't know. My workout's kind of intense, so it might deter a lot of people more than motivate people. I don't know. People like the gimmicky hanging upside down type of workouts. I don't do those, but my workouts are intense. Let's see. Let him tell it. Dom, you can get it too. Don't play. Yeah, all right, whatever. All right, y'all. That's all I got for today's video. We've been on here for 1 hour 16 minutes. This is dope. I definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button. It definitely helps the channel grow. And we do this every Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, like I said, I appreciate everybody copping the merch. This is my first time doing it. So it's just good to see that, people are supporting the merch. They like it. I mean, I know some people waiting probably till later on to get it because it's black. But, I mean, you could wait too because we're going to have some on deck. And I only have a small amount for right now. So I say we might have more on deck. But if it sells out, I'll definitely re-up and get some more. But, I just wanted to start small. So everybody that's, copping the merch, definitely appreciate you guys. I've shipped out every order so far, so you should be getting them soon. And if you didn't already, post a pic on the gram or post the shirt on the gram and tag me in it. Put it on the story. It's just dope seeing other people rock the shirt. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.